Hey now, this is video number 9. East Coast Gullwings. I have the mold reassembled. Everything seems to be well. A couple of things I gotta fix. Right here I have, I guess you want to call it some negative draft on a piece. I have to make a fix on that, which is no big deal. It's a 10-minute fix. Other issues are that there's a slight, I don't want to call it orange peel. It's very, I don't even, probably can't even get it on the camera. You see that? It's like a haze. It's very minute. I don't want to call it microscopic, but it doesn't really stick out much. I think it's from applying the PVA. It didn't settle right or whatever. That's my only guess. I did make phone calls to people I know, and I guess that what it comes down to is that the car has to be sanded anyway because it is going to be painted. It's not a out of the mold like a boat hull where it's a clear and then you have the, you know, the sparkles and all that underneath. This has to get sanded. I think they recommend, I think they told me with 150 it has to be block sanded, and then you can apply the primer and then, you know, sand the primer and then you apply your paint to that. So not a big deal. It came out of the plug the way you see it. Actually, I mean, there was no issue with any of the parts coming out except the nose piece had a little bit of a issue, but it did come out. The only problems that I have, let me see if I can come over here. There's an area with, let me see, kind of a close area to get into. When I'm going to have to apply the gel coat and then put the fiberglass up in that area between the windshield. I made the flange too big. I'll have to just remove some of the flange so I can get in there. Same problem. The lighting's a little low back here. I wanted to try to incorporate as much inner structure as I could, but I guess I'll have to take some of this down so that it's more accessible to, you know, lay the fiberglass in. I did buff out just to try it the back window here. I wanted to see how much work was involved, and buffing tooling gel coat is not a fun process. It's pretty much like buffing glass. It's very, very hard. But I think all these things can be overcome very quickly. It sits, I'll just pan back a little bit here. It sits in its structure. It doesn't move. I don't even think I need those strut braces that I made for the door openings. I mean, this thing doesn't move an inch. It's not even sitting on the two middle pieces because the garage floor is must have a little wow in it. And it doesn't move. It's like a freaking rock. I think I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight and buy some of those little moving dollies. They're like $8 a pop. I'll buy 8 of them. I'll stick them under each end here so that I can move this thing around a little bit. I think that's about it. Next is to make the molds for the doors, the hood, the trunk, the dashboard, the dash panel, all the interior pieces. the side panels that roll around. I mean, there's still a lot of work to do, but this was the biggest hurdle. I'll be honest with you, all of these pieces, I could probably do, I would say probably 2 or 3 days in inner structure and 2 or 3 days in outer structure, because it's really, you know, there's a couple curves in it, but it's, I mean, compared to the body, this is like, you know, pretty flat. It's going to be pretty simple to do. All right, well, I think that's about it. This project is an ongoing project, of course. You know, we are where we are. I got a couple fixes to do, and then I will start molding other pieces. I don't know when I'm going to make a body. I might just make one just to get rid of this whole, the whole mold here, because it's taking up a whole bay in my garage. Literally the whole bay. It's right up against my lift. And I do have a couple cars I got to work on, so I think buying them roller skates at Harbor Freight would be a good idea, just to make it a little bit more mobile, so I can cheat it over another foot, so that I can not access my toolboxes and access getting around this thing. But all right, man, chow mein, everyone. Subscribe to my channel, and you know, check it out once in a while, and you might like what you find. All right, chow mein, bye.